motherfucker. Whoa, jeez. Wow. Just do it!
Wow, this is freaking out.
Live from the New Kingdom, it's the No Big Dumb Mouth Podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Cratchit.
The size of that thing. Wow, that's pretty big.
Hey, yo, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. My name's Midnight Mike. Jingle bingle to everyone out there. Cratchit is over there on screen.
I don't have my jingle bingle hat on.
Medications don't work.
Dropping stuff.
I've
things
been
on
here
the
for
ground.
7 years. Nothing works here.
Well, my hat doesn't. Yes. Sorry. Have to fix my jingle bingle hat.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of shows have already, I think, decided to take the rest of the year off. I know Sam and I did that on Doom Scrolling last night. We said adios to everyone. We did the year-end wrap-up, which is a terrific review of everything we witnessed and watched in 2025, and we're out. We're out. We probably won't do another show until sometime in January. We're for OBDM. We're doing today's show and we're doing Saturday. Correct, Cratchit?
Yeah,
That's
I'll be there
it.
Saturday. The challenge. So I reached out to Joe and said, "Hey, Joe, let's resurrect the Cratchit and Joe show," and he's all on board.
Okay.
But except the days he's available offset the days I'm available perfectly.
Oh my God.
So this is a whole mess of crap.
Yeah.
So well, I mean, obviously, I don't think we're going to do a show on Christmas Eve. I think that's
No,
that's just right out.
I got to be honest with you. I'm a little burnt out. You know, this has been a heavy duty year. My schedule has been just crazy. And yeah, so I definitely need a break. And I'll be going on vacation. I'll be traveling out of country, and I won't be back.
That's no excuse.
I know, but I won't be back probably until January 8th, 9th. So it's probably one of my
Don't you have
longest
airline
vacations.
tickets?
Was that?
Don't you have airline tickets? Don't you know when you're getting back?
Yeah, it's in the itinerary. I want it to be a big mystery. I don't know when exactly I'm going, when exactly I'm
Honey,
going
we're going on a trip to where? I don't know.
I don't know
When?
yet. Now,
Sometime.
my wife does an amazing job at planning things, and I'm in the dark. And maybe that annoys her a little bit. I kind of...
So are we thinking the next show then is the 10th? Is that right?
It might be. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a stretch for a no OBDM, or at least me not being here. Cratchit and Joe certainly can do a show. I'll give Cratchit the
Well, except
login stuff.
mine don't. Yeah, mine don't. My days of availability don't align with Joe, so I can't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's talk offline about stream stuff. I will light up some stuff, and we'll get some people to come on and yell at us.
Yeah, maybe Chris23 is available. He's always a solid guy to do a show with. There's various other people too. So, sorry people, no show for a while, but it's good to take a break.
But still tonight and then Saturday.
Yeah. But for the rest of the year, you know, there's not a lot of new content out there, and a lot of people, like a lot of shows out there, will kind of just not try their hardest to put on a good show. It's the end of the year, so they're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. But we're not. We've always scraped the bottom of the barrel, so it's no change for us. But that's why we got
not following your logic, but okay, I see what you're
well, they're not trying very hard. They're putting out shows, but they're not trying very hard. We try hard. We have Alex Jones clips of the week today. We do. This might be the last one of 2025.
That means we're going to have a monstrous segment of Alex Jones clips.
Yeah,
A veritable plethora.
coming back. Yeah, but here we go. Let's do it. Let me pump that up. Hold on a second. That seemed incredibly low. Why is that so low? It shouldn't be that low. I don't like what's going on here. I was doing some audio configuring and realizing that my new computer is not interpreting certain audio the same way as I'm used to. And I don't like that. It makes me upset.
You got to help the computer.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see if this boosts it.
There you go. Louder in my ears.
Yeah, it's louder. In fact, it might be too loud now. So let me bring that down a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. I got like digital mixers. I like analog. I got digital mixers and analog mixers, all that stuff. But regardless, we're going to move on here and do. Oh my god,
What's happening?
Notifications for my phone because of the new computer. It just streams all notifications from my phone to the computer now. I don't like that. I'm turning that off. Yeah,
I noticed. I think it's the new iPhone OS that does that.
Yes, it does.
It started doing that. Every notification I was getting on my phone a few weeks ago when I updated was coming through to my laptop, and that was aggravating.
I don't like it. I don't care. And by the way, the new UI.
This is like.
I don't like the new UI on the upgrade either.
Well, that's because you're racist, probably.
Well, that new Apple Glass is bullcrap.
Yes. I just find it amusing that they released a new look to their UI, which can easily be spelled and pronounced as liquid ass.
Yeah.
They did not workshop that one.
It's not the best, people, but we're going to get through this, okay? Here we go. We got Alex Jones Clips of the Week. This is the first one. We have Monday. No, actually, we got to go down. Oh, we got Friday. Let's see, Thursday. Here we go. We're going back.
It's like finding your neighbor in bed with your wife. More like your mother. Do you know U.S. war doctrine? Do you know Rand Corporation war doctrine? Do you know Army War College war doctrine? Do you know Space Command war doctrine? Nicotinamide. I always pronounce these things wrong. They're experts snorting cocaine on a train.
Nicotinamide? What was it?
Nicotinamide. I don't know. We don't know that one. That's a new word for us. So,
is it though?
It's a new word for Alex. That's for sure. New word for me too. So here we go. We're going to go to the 12th.
And it's all happening. Do you even know what that is? Better learn about it. Like corruption, like domination, like evil, like fraud, like torture, like murder, like death. Rape a 12-year-old in the ass. This is the crap. You can rape down to 12-year-old boys, and it's okay as long as it's gay. You're in an ab with a blue whale, so we're going to kill you.
Well, Merry Christmas, people.
Wow.
Merry Christmas. Jingle bingle.
It's all this about scraping the bottom of the barrel, and yet here we are.
It's just some prime A stuff. Here we go. We're going to go to the 15th, Monday.
Act worse than zombies in World War Z. Black talk show hosts, Hispanic talk show hosts, white talk show hosts, European talk show hosts, Japanese talk show hosts, Mexican talk show hosts. Give them alcohol and money for drugs. I got a lot of ideas, folks. Ideas always work out. I just want to go crazy. I'm going to go take a 30-minute nap. This never happens to me, but I ate a big burrito about an hour ago, and I've literally been shot by like Chiari darts, like, that make elephants fall asleep or whatever. So I'm going to take a rare daytime nap. Man, I'm hot. I feel crazy. What? And I go in the bathroom. I take my shirt off. My skin turned red. It wasn't hot. It was just red. I'm like, what? I think I'm going crazy. Mike, thank you so much. Let's take a few phone calls.
Perfect clip. Perfect. Just an amazing clip.
We got an eating clip. We got a bathroom clip. Andy takes his shirt off again.
It's just an amazing amount of stuff right there. It's just that is. I
like how he apologizes. I sorry folks, I got to take a nap because I just ate a giant burrito and I'm just going to knock an elephant out.
And it's like he's like, I never do this, but he does that all the time. He always feels exhausted after he eats stuff.
And I did have the enchilada, spicy chili plate, cheese enchiladas with chili con carne, large bowl of hot chili, and I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
See, he always sounds winded after that. So
I'm outside the control room eating a piece of pizza and drinking Topo Chico.
All right, we're gonna go to this is the last one. No, wait, we got two more people. We got Tuesday here. Let's go to Tuesday. See what's happening.
How What? I'm really upset now. I did it. I'm the shooter. I got a gun. It all happened, sweetie caker. There's big gay orgies at TPUSA, and they're partying, and there's all these hookers, and they're swinging from the chandeliers. Oh, I gotta go. It's bedtime.
You know what? That's how I feel most of the day. I gotta go. It's bedtime. All right, and we're gonna go to Wednesday. It's the last one, people. Last barrage of 2025 for us, at least. Here we go.
I just learned about the USS Liberty. Kill the Jews, kill the Christians, murder them. My God, this looks bad. You need to marry Laura Logan. Now, a lot of people will say, well, give us the number. I'm so busy, I didn't think to have that pulled up when I said this. I can't do everything for you. Oh, look at my girlfriend. She's so great. Oh, that guy's got mental problems. Stop slopping us. Well, I'm going to be honest and go ahead and break this news here right now. Laura Loomer is my daughter. You should marry Laura Loomer.
What the hell's going on there?
I like stop slopping us. I think that's related to AI. And
yeah, can you dig that one out, run that one again?
Yeah, I like that one. That's how I feel. Stop slopping us.
Stop slopping us.
Yeah. Stop
like
slopping us. Let me play it one more time. Let's see how it sounds real good.
Stop slopping us.
Yeah. I like that.
Some slight artifacting.
Yeah, I noticed. So that's the problem I'm having, Cratchit, is that because I'm running everything through the live show leveler on the new computer, using like audio hijack, it is clipping out on this certain limiter plugin that I notice is intermittent. It happens on certain MP3 files, but not others. It's why I totally like at the end of the show, you would hear that clipping on certain things. I redid this setup. Hopefully, it was a bad connection, but it's not. It's something to do with how QuickTime and MP3s interact with audio hijack, and I don't know what it is just yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. Or it's the VST. It's the plug-in, but I haven't figured it out yet. So,
does it run it only when you go through QuickTime? Do other applications do the same thing?
Well, I need to find another MP3 application to test that on, and I don't have that just yet.
What about VLC?
A VLC? Yeah, I could try that.
The reason I ask is because I a couple of years ago said the same sort of thing, that things through QuickTime, sometimes the first, I don't know, couple of milliseconds would get cut off the first time it played. So I wonder if it's similar.
It could be. I think it's how it's interpreting the audio. And I'm not sure if it's the QuickTime, if it's the VST, but it did not happen on the M1 Mac. That sounded amazing. And I had to dial in, and I'm still trying to dial in for this thing. So I guess I have to do a fake show and run all these clips and figure out why that clipping is going on. So I apologize, people. We're trying to get the best audio possible. I'm going to continue to tweak and fiddle with my knobs, but...
In fact, I think you should cancel your trip and just focus on this.
You know what? I'll tell my wife that. I think she'll be okay with that.
Maybe I should just quit and shut the show down. That's it. I'm done today.
Well, until that time, until I can fix everything, people, we're going to go over and do some news. This has been a heavy news week. This has been a big news week, and we're going to do our best to cover everything we can so you guys are better informed for when you go to your Christmas dinner, maybe even a Christmas Eve dinner. You have topics to talk about, and you feel well informed to talk about these things. So that's our job here, and we're going to try to do it right now.
Where am I? I've never been here before.
Christmas dinner?
So
yeah,
upset.
maybe you've never been invited to Christmas dinner before.
There's no Hulkamaniacs here.
Oh, boy. You hear about this Brown University shooting?
No, they'd like to make sure we don't hear about it.
Well,
can you believe it? All 8,000 cameras on campus were turned off.
yeah, I got the Zero Hedge article that kind of goes over it, and I'd say we just dig deep. We dig deep.
Yeah, I don't know if this covers it. I will drop a link in Carrot Up as well. I put it in. There was a Twitter post that somebody did. It could all be made up, but it's a good summary of kind of the general nonsense. So I'll put that in there after your article.
Yeah, this is the best way to describe it. This event is a little hinky.
Hinky.
It's a little
to
hinky,
say the least.
Yeah. So here's the article, the headline from Zero Hedge. 4 days later, Brown University shooter still at large as bizarre anomalies mount in investigation. Anger mounts as the investigation into Brown University shooting runs into ongoing hurdles. No identifiable suspect, a series of dead-end leads involving so-called persons of interest, and bizarre anomalies as the probe enters its fourth day, which is crazy. It is crazy to consider that the police is they're just incompetent, or they have such a little amount of information to go on. Usually the police like arresting people. You know, they should just start arresting people. But no, not here.
No, I won't get into it yet, but I think they know exactly who did this. It doesn't fit a narrative they want, and they're trying to bury it.
Yeah, this is a huge thing to get rid of. But maybe you're right. So,
well, you mean like Sandy Hook?
Well, I'm just saying, like
9/11. Hey, remember the Vegas shooting? Shut up.
Well, true. All good points there. But I'll continue on here. The shooting at Brown occurred on Saturday afternoon at the Barras and Holly Engineering Building. Ella Cook and Muhammad Azi Uzm. I can't even. I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce his name. Were both killed.
Steve.
Importantly, one of the people that killed Cook served as the vice president for the Ivy League schools college Republicans. So I guess that's an important little thing to note, that maybe the person who did the shooting was targeting this poor young woman. Mm-hmm. Following the shooting, there have been multiple dead-end leads involving so-called persons of interest. Local police have released blurry footage of one individual, while one of the most heavily surveilled schools in the nation reportedly had no interior footage, which I find hard to believe, but okay, let's take them at their word.
Sure.
And it goes on here to say, incompetence from liberal elites. There's a tweet here. U.S. taxpayers deserve answers from our Secretary of Education. I have to agree with that one. Brown University President Christina Paxton says her salary is $3.1 million. She will make $120,000. She'll make $3 million a year. She'll make $12,000 just today, and she doesn't know anything. $510 million was given to Brown University this year. I'm not sure if that was all given to Brown by the government as some sort of federal subsidy education program. Don't know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things people are digging into, just as a slight aside here. You have these very, very wealthy private institutions that get hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funding. And people asking, where's that going? Oh, it's for research. Mm-hmm.
Well, someone's getting paid big time.
$3.1 million to do whatever.
But apparently, the president at Brown University thinks everything's going pretty good.
By the way, the Brown University endowment, that is to say the amount of assets they have available, both tied up in their physical assets, real estate and all the rest, but as well as their investments, in 2025, $8 billion.
Wow. That's crazy. $8 billion. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's no slouch. Like you hear of Ivy League schools, you think of Harvard, you think of Yale, Stanford, but yeah, Brown's in there. That's a big timey school.
If it's Brown, flush it down.
Is that their school slogan?
Yes,
I don't know if that is, but I mean, it's kind of weird. I can see that on a T-shirt. I can see that selling quite a bit.
I'll start working on that
if it's Brown, flush it down. At Brown University. Okay, so I'll play this little clip. This is the university professor saying that everything's going pretty good here.
Parents as well who said they pay a lot of money for the kids to go to Brown. They're questioning the cameras, why the sirens didn't go off. Do you believe that Brown had the precautions and safety measures in place before the shooting that were appropriate and necessary?
I do.
What is your response to parents?
Well, how could you say I do if all these people died and you still can't catch the person? How can you say you have the appropriate safety measures in place? Apparently, that's not correct. I would say that's not correct. I know you can't stop every shooting, but at least you should be able to stop maybe the shooting while it's going on or quickly apprehend the person afterwards. So I maybe she's not a good president of the school. So, okay. But what do I know? I've never run in higher education. I've never done that before. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we'll continue on with this article here. The article continues on here and says, there has been no word from local police, investigators, or the school on how the shooter was able to enter the building, nor any indication of whether the attack was targeted. Self-proclaimed investor and CIA NSA contractor whistleblower Tony Segura wrote on X a list of anomalies he claims are highly suspicious in an ongoing investigation. And we do like lists on this show. It's one of the things that we pride ourselves on is reading lists and accumulating and gathering other lists. So this is a great list here. Point 1, nearly 4 days into the investigation with no identified suspect, motive, or arrest. Police detained and held for a full day the wrong person of interest before releasing them. We don't know if it was the wrong person. We have no idea. They claimed it was the wrong person. They released them. We don't know. They released low-quality, potato-quality surveillance footage, despite Brown having nearly 800 campus cameras, later enhanced by the FBI.
They were all down for maintenance. They turned those off for
It's possible. I mean, remember all the Epstein footage? It took years and years to get that. We got nothing, and then they deleted footage that they knew they had. So... But here's the next bullet point here. Officials in press conferences are refusing to provide basic descriptions, height, weight of the shooter, deferring to online postings. Claims of no internal security footage from the building and no working sirens on campus. Okay.
Also for updates.
But what we just heard from the president there at the university is that all safety measures were in proper place. So we got that. Let's see here. Providence leadership claims or criticized as clueless officials, admitting that they're tired and are in need some slack. Mayor reportedly going out for pizza while the suspect was at large. So they're tired and they need food. Okay.
Something's about to get delivered, and it ain't a pepperoni pizza. Deep dish.
Ooh. Yeah. That one was really loud.
Yeah, sorry. I had that jacked up over here. Sorry about that.
I am tired.
They're tired and they're hungry. Cut them some slack, people, but catch the guy when they get around to it. Okay?
Yeah. When we get back from Christmas.
It's Christmas break. You expect us to work over these holiday season here? No. We'll follow up with them in the new year. Well, they go on here, Brown University scrubbing all online pages and references to a student. I'm not going to say the student's name here, but it is in the Zero Hedge article. Shortly after the shooting, accusations of authorities burying evidence, local incompetence, and evading questions about motive or shouted phrases. Yeah, apparently the shooter... They acknowledged that the shooter shouted something before he started shooting, but
shouted something. It was weird.
They said it was something unique.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what it was.
Yes. What do people generally shout before they start shooting things in crowds?
They can shout any number of things, but typically it's
zippity doo-dah.
Yeah, zippity day. Yes, something like that. But.
He yelled jingle bingle.
Did he yell yowzers?
Yowza.
Yeah.
Yowza.
Probably yelled hey yo.
Probably hey yes.
Hey yo.
I don't want hey yo to be sullied by this event here, but
by the way, I have an updated. I did look at a copy of the Brown University Shield or seal, I suppose is the term for it, and that is indeed their Latin model.
Oh yeah, it's Latin. Flush it down if it's brown. If it's brown, flush it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's the official seal right there. Is that in Latin right there?
Yes, It is.
Oh, okay.
It's my garbage machine translation.
Officials, including Rhode Island Attorney General, they're shutting down speculation about this person who was scrubbed from the university pages, calling it a dangerous road and denying any ethnic or political motive link.
Mm-hmm.
After a uniform denial, the university eventually came clean, making a statement that explained profile removals as privacy safety measures amid doxing, which is possible, but then the explanation was totally inadequate. So this other person online here, Tony, this is Tony Segura, the ex-government guy, says bizarre anomalies mount in ongoing Brown University shooting probe. Nearly 4 days into the investigation, no identified suspect. Police detained. Yeah, we know all that. So I guess there's people online now doing gate analysis, and I guess that's what is very concerning. You know, I'll go back to this article in a second. It's like we talk about the J6 bombing suspect that they now have that didn't match the gate, and it felt like they had to roll out a patsy real quick before anything started to get pointed in a direction that they didn't want. And it feels like right now, either the Rhode Island police in the university is so incompetent, and they just don't know how to deal with this kind of press attention. They don't know how to deal with PR or anything like that. Or they are purposely guarding the evidence that they currently have and are downplaying everything because it doesn't fall in line with something that they want to see. Let's see here. I'll play this Jesse Waters clip. Typically, I don't like Jesse Waters, but I'll play him. Maybe he has some interesting statements to say.
So we still don't.
Let me jack that up over here. Let's see if I can do that over here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go, people.
Know what this guy yelled. We're hearing multiple reports about him yelling something. Why can't we hear from any of these eyewitnesses? I've only heard one eyewitness say the guy had a long gun. And so he also said he looked the shooter directly in the eye, and then the shooter didn't kill him. Why didn't the shooter shoot the guy? If this was a random attack, he's just spraying bullets around, why didn't he shoot the guy he came eye to eye with? That's weird. We're also hearing interesting reports that the vice president of the Brown Republicans might have been shot multiple times. We still don't understand if this was a targeted shooting, and they're not giving us any clue about that. We also need to know, do you need to swipe a card before you get into this building? We're hearing you have to swipe cards. So was this guy a student? Did he have access to the building? Is he an international student? How many international students do they have at Brown University? It's been a very thorny issue, the issue of the Palestinian situation. There's been a lot of action, a lot of protests at Brown University. Does that concern them? Is there an international angle that they're concerned about? Still don't know about that. How about the one reporter who asks, well, we talked to a bunch of the residents and businesses that are a block away, and they say the cops never came to ask them for the Ring camera videos until this morning.
Whoa.
So 4 days later, we're still not really flooding the zone. We're not flooding it with police. We're not flooding it with information. And the president of the university, I mean, everybody's talking about these websites being taken down.
Right.
And she has no idea. Right afterwards, in the aftermath, immediately, she had no idea what the class was.
Right.
How is she, the leader of the school, so unaware about the basics of this case? It's just frustrating.
It's almost as if they want to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm noticing something on Twitter and social media. I'm not seeing the typical, at least not a lot of them, the typical liberal Democrat talking point around this particular shooting. Like, it usually has to do with guns and all that kind of stuff, or X, Y, and Z, or they have their talking points. I'm not seeing it as much. It's almost like this very story is not being reported on in the same way as other mass shootings. It's being mentioned. It is. Like CBS Evening News covered it. NBC, they covered it, but not in the same way. Perhaps because there's no suspect yet, but I'm not seeing the same activity around this one. Could it be that this shooter is related to somebody who's higher up at the university, and they're like a parent, maybe? I don't know, speculation. And they're doing everything to cover it up.
I think it comes down to it's the wrong type of individual, because it's going to feed a narrative that isn't not wrong. If that's the way we phrase it, but a not incorrect narrative. But that we have violent leftists out there.
It's possible. And it just came, on the same day or very closely after the Bondi Beach shooting in Australia, which has a bunch of weird anomalies around that, too. People died there. But it took the cops there, almost 20 minutes 9 minutes to officially respond, maybe 20. A cop drove past that shooting. Like, you see a cop car in one of the security camera footage is driving past the two shooters and not stopping.
Well, it was almost shift change.
My bad. Yeah, you don't want to get involved in something when you're going to get off
They're
work.
not paying overtime, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was sleepy and very hungry. He couldn't stop. A lot of weird anomalies around.
Giant bean burrito and needed to get back to the station to rest.
Very weird things are going on. Does this speak to a cover-up or pure incompetence at this point?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's definitely, I want to call it a cover-up in the sense where they have, because that cover-up would imply they've got some other narrative out there.
Sure.
I think they're scrambling. They're scrambling to not discover the motive or the shooter or any of that stuff at this point until they can get stuff put together. It was probably that same kid in Virginia.
They're scrambling. Yeah, this one is, they're going to try to keep it quiet for a while. I have a feeling. They're going to try to drag this out until Christmas. And then maybe they'll make some kind of announcement like on Christmas Eve.
If they can get to close to Christmas, like the 23rd, 24th.
It's gone.
They can just drop it.
Yeah.
Because people will forget.
They will. You're right. They'll just forget about it. And not to be an absolutely horrific show here, at least when it comes to content. I'm not talking about presentation or what we're doing, but when it comes to the actual content. But there was another murder, and this one is also suspicious and lack of details, possibly even lack of motive. Here it is. This is director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center murdered in his home. And so, this comes from the Boston Herald. So another prominent school in the headlines here. So a 47-year-old MIT professor has died after being shot in his Brookline home Monday night, according to law enforcement officials. Now, I'm not super familiar with that area, but what I read that Brookline is a fairly nice area. That there hasn't been a dramatic increase in crime, home break-ins, or anything like that. So it's tough to say it is random, but it's possible just random. But officers from Massachusetts State Police and Brookline Police Department responded to reports of a man shot on Gibb Street. Nuno F.G. Lario was transported to a local hospital and succumbed to his injuries Tuesday morning. Police are actively investigating the death as a homicide, according to Norfolk DA's office. So according to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, he was a director of the school's Plasma Science and Fusion Center, as well as a professor of nuclear science and engineering and physics. Okay, just a random.
So he's just a run-of-the-mill dummy then.
Just your regular dumbass, a nerd, trying to change the world by working on fusion, which probably could change the world if he got that thing working. But
this reminds me. Do you recall in the early days of COVID, there was a COVID researcher in, was it Pittsburgh, that was also suspiciously murdered.
I guess I'm not remembering that one.
Find that.
Yeah.
COVID.
Well, you could say, the Boston Police Department, MIT, those local police have, they're on the case. And it's a local story, right? It's a local story. Well, I would have thought the same thing, too. Obviously my conspiracy hat goes on when you see someone of prominence, especially working on technology that could change the world economy. You could say, maybe he was hit, maybe he was too close to getting something that was going to disrupt the oil markets. Who knows? But we have this article here from the Jerusalem Post, Israel.
By the way, are you off the Brown University thing?
No, yeah, I'm kind of off Brown University right now.
Okay,
yeah,
because I had those links in Carrot Shop. If you wanted to bring those.
No, we'll circle back after I read this next little tidbit here on this MIT assassination. Israel examining possibility of Iran involvement.
Of course,
in the murder of the nuclear scientist in the U.S. The MIT.
Well, there's two countries. There's two countries listed in that headline. One of which it's far more likely they were involved.
Okay. Yeah. So Israel's getting involved now in this. What should be like a local story. Apparently, Israeli officials are examining intelligence in recent days that suggest an Iranian connection to the murder of Professor Nuno, a senior nuclear scientist at MIT who was shot dead in his home. In this assessment, an assessment has not been yet verified and is not supported at this stage by official findings from the investigations and the authorities in the United States. Professor, who had previously spoken out in favor of Israel, who was 47 years old, Portuguese-born, world-renowned plasma and nuclear fusion researcher, shot dead. So Israel is now involved in investigating. So, okay, just want to throw that out there. Not just a local story anymore. It's now international. Like, what did this guy know? What was he working on? Who was he in contact with? And for Israel to be aware of this person, so this guy was on their radar already. Okay, interesting. All right, let's circle back to Brown University. Do you mind if we circle back a little and hit some of your clips, Cratchit, or? Well,
they're not clips or news stories.
News stories. That's fine. Let's do it.
So the first one listed, the archive one, is it's a Tweeter post that just does a good summary of the supposed things that occurred during this. So true or not, I don't know. It was a good single post on it from last night.
Okay. So what we know, we're back at Brown University, people. Okay, we're back at Brown. Just I know we're jumping all over the place, but we're doing our best.
All right.
What I know so far about Brown University political assassination of Ella Cook. So this is an archive post. Shooter yelled, Allah Akbar. Ella Cook was specifically targeted and shot multiple times. Ella Cook was known on Brown campus for being a proud Trump supporter and conservative activist. She was the VC of the Republican Club on campus and received relentless attacks from far-left groups on campus. The shooter walked past at least one other student, a minority, in the classroom to get to Ella Cook. The other victim was very likely collateral damage and hit with bullets meant for Ella. So how many people died? How many people were shot? Okay.
It was 2, but like I think 10 or 11 total were shot, but 2 died. Which sounds like somebody opening the door and spraying bullets.
Possibly. The other victim. Okay, so local authorities released the name of an innocent white guy as a person of interest who didn't fit the description of the killer at all. The killer is extremely overweight. I don't know, extremely overweight. The guy is definitely packing on some pounds. He's, I don't know if he's overweight, but
he enjoys his Thanksgiving pie.
Yeah,
deep dish.
He likes deep dish.
Everything is deep dish. Orders it all deep dish.
The killer is extremely overweight. Benjamin Erickson, the guy who was held for a day, is skinny. This was likely on purpose to cement a narrative they wanted in the media. A Brown University subreddit had to be shut down because in the immediate aftermath of the shooting, far-left pro-Palestinian Redditors were celebrating the murder of Ella Cook. Did any of them have any advanced knowledge? Interesting. Gate analysis and other indicators point to another person, a far-left queer Palestine activist involved in a radical left-wing pro-Hamas protest on campus. Oh, how about that? This person was heavily involved in other far-left terror-adjacent activities on campus. Brown University is notorious for having a huge presence of pro-Hamas, pro-left terrorist sympathizers. Brown University has gone out of their way to completely scrub any mention of this person on their website. Before the scrub, they celebrated him in multiple articles and celebratory posts on their website. This person was also heavily connected to the administration and several noteworthy far-left professors. All this was reported by anons, including myself, with others, with information from sources connected to the family and witnesses of the event. I don't. This could be disinformation. This could be thrown out there. It kind of rings true with what we're seeing. It kind of makes sense that why they're not being so open with their investigation, because they don't want to. They don't want this coming back on them. And
remember we had the shooter in where was it? Nashville, where they went into like a Christian school they attended as a child and shot it up. And it took them like months to even cough up part of the...
it took them years. It had to be leaked out. The manifesto had to be leaked out.
Manifesto, yeah.
Yeah, they bend over backwards trying to protect people that are doing horrific things. Like, is the FBI involved at this point? I think there's some video of the FBI there on the ground kicking snow around.
Yeah, they were kicking rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, but what is really going on? The FBI, are they doing their job at all, or are they just kind of buying time to the end of the year too? Like they're like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm supposed to be on vacation.
I've got tickets to Portugal in a week.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. I mean, I hate to chalk it up to laziness and incompetence, but maybe that's partly what it is. But, I mean, what is going on at the FBI? We don't know. You do have some other posts in here. You have another one.
The one that's an image. It was from a deleted Twitter thing, but they were a lot of screenshots here, and then this, I guess this.
That guy's got the same body type.
Yeah, apparently this account got deleted, or got blocked by Brown. But anyway, it was like all these posts about, hey, when we searched this the other day, this dude is all over the place. Now all of a sudden it's all gone, and they've since then have responded with, well, we routinely update our websites.
Yes.
So, and then there's another Twitter post below that, which has kind of some more of them going into some of the stuff about the removing any identity of this guy off of the website. So again, could all be speculation, or could be true. But
I'm not going to show this guy's face on screen just yet. But I'm looking at it behind the scenes here, people. I'm looking at this guy, the supposed, what the internet is claiming is the killer, alleged assassin, versus like the still of a security camera, same body type. Same body type. You can kind of see. It's like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that.
Deep dish.
Yeah, he's a deep dish guy.
That's his nickname. That was his nickname online.
Yep. Okay. It's just at this point, it's kind of laughable. Kind of laughable that. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. You got anything else? Do you want to move on, Cratchit? Find out.
No, that's all I had on that.
Okay.
Just, this whole thing is super sketchy, and the closest analog for me anyway is the sheer amount of misinformation, bad information, non-information, whatever we're getting out of the Vegas shooting, and how quickly they really wanted to bury that one.
Yeah, they wanted this out of the way.
Yeah, and this to me seems similar. I mean, obviously it wasn't as it wasn't on the same scale, but the same amount of just kind of, like you said, is it incompetence? Is it deliberate obfuscation? Is it, just nonsense going on? Next thing we'll have is all sorts of reports of people seeing other people over here, or, I heard this guy there, or whatever. So, yeah.
And I'm on NBC Nightly News right now on their YouTube, and I don't see anything posted recently about this. And you'd imagine, like, this is a huge story that NBC Nightly News would be talking about this, but they are not really talking about this one. So they haven't gotten the marching orders. So here, from one day ago, they talk about it. Here we go. This is what NBC.
Police in Providence, Rhode Island have just released a new image of the person of interest in the Brown University shooting.
Oh my
This
God.
image shows the person wearing a jacket and having a bag across his torso, though their face is obscured under a mask. It comes a day after authorities released additional surveillance video showing the individual dressed in black and walking
Police
near
in
campus
Providence,
just
Rhode
2
Island.
hours before that attack.
The shooting on Saturday killed 2 students, wounded 9 more, some of whom remain in critical condition.
NBC News correspondent Marquise Francis joins us now from the ground in Providence, Rhode Island, and NBC News Chief Justice and National Affairs correspondent Kelly O'Donnell joins us from Washington. Kelly, let's start with you because we mentioned that photo that Providence police just released. We know the FBI is now also offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to the shooter's identity and arrest. Where does this investigation stand?
Well, it is a call for patience and a widening of the aperture to look for additional pieces of evidence. What we know is there were not cameras in the interior of
My
the building
job
where the shooting took
sucks.
place. And this, of course, an Ivy League institution that goes back a very long way, and therefore there was limited cameras in the immediate area, and so they've tried to get some of these neighborhood images. The FBI then is able to try to assist with enhancing the imagery.
Right.
It is still difficult to discern much about the suspect, except for the fact that those who actually know the suspect, a coworker, a family member, a neighbor, might be able to pick up on something. They can also try to analyze the clothing, the two-tone jacket. They've already determined an estimated height of around 5'8" for the individual. And so they will try to widen the range of places where they are seeking doorbell cameras and companies that have a surveillance security camera, all of those kinds of things, hoping to find additional images that might give more information for the public.
So basically, they put out an all-points bulletin. If you have information, please come forward. And meanwhile, people on the internet said, hey, we think we found some good information. And then universities...
Well, not that information, Mike.
Then the university took it and said, oh, my God, we got to take down some stuff.
Quick, update the websites. Yeah, like I said, just a lot of general analysis. Now, this is another one of those things where there's an event and you always wait, I think it's Scott Adams says you wait 48 hours to see what sort of information comes out. And you wait, in 2 weeks we'll have a lot more information or whatever the approved story is. But it's...
we have.
Let's just say there's shenanigans afoot.
We have better video footage of UFOs and Bigfoot at this point than of this guy where there's 800 cameras around campus.
Oh, they were down for maintenance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. And so what is going on? Where's the FBI? What are they doing? What's going on with the FBI? Well, there's some big news and big changes coming to the FBI right here real soon. Let me get this headline up on screen here. Oh, yes. Dan Bongino to leave FBI deputy director job with rumor replacement waiting in the wings.
Oh, really?
Yes. Dan Bongino is out. Yes, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino will resign his position with less than a year on the job after reportedly packing up his belongings and bidding adieu to his team. Quote, I'll be leaving my position with the FBI in January, Bongino announced on social media Wednesday. I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi, Director Patel, and for the opportunity to serve with purpose. Most importantly, I want to thank you, my fellow Americans, for the privilege to serve you. God bless America and all those who defend her.
Huh. So they managed to force him out, I guess.
Maybe he was doing a crappy job. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't a team player with the lizard people. Don't know. Tough to know. Quote, Dan did a great job. I think he wants to go back to his show, Trump said to the former TV host.
Well, it was a problem because every time he gave a press conference, he always said code Bongino.
Yeah. Well, he's still selling. He's still got bills to pay. I'm sure being with the deputy director, what pays like $250,000 a year, if that.
Huh. Does it? Actually, that's a good question. $3.7 million? Deputy. Was that his title? Deputy Director. FBI Solari.
Well, when you find it out, so I'll just read this. Bongino previously considered quitting in July after a heated exchange with Attorney General Pam Bondi at the White House over her handling of documents pertaining to the notorious late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, with Bondi initially stating in a public memo that no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. Prior to taking office, Bongino promoted conspiracy theories involving Epstein, including suggesting that he may have been murdered before this year, affirming the official account that he died by suicide in 2019.
Yeah, right.
That definitely was contentious there as far as Bondi's slow walking of a lot of that stuff.
She's not helping Trump and whatever kind of mission Trump has. Bongino probably felt like he was censored. He couldn't speak as candidly as he once did on his show, for obvious reasons.
Good, Bongino.
And that he probably didn't believe most of the bull crap that he was being told to say. I suspect if he can't, I don't even know if he probably is going to go back to his show, but it's going to suck because he's not going to be able to say anything of any value because they'll take him out and his family. And I guarantee that's probably what it is. You can have as much money as you want, but it's a different kind of operation here.
We need you out, and here's a Polaroid photo taken this morning of your kids sleeping.
Something like that.
Yep.
Let's see here. FBI deputy directors typically manage day-to-day operations in the Bureau, with the Biden era deputy director Paula Abbott wielding such significant influence that some insiders viewed then Deputy Christopher Wray as a mere figurehead. An FBI spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. So, okay. Let's see here. So somebody, a different source said that it's understood that Bongino's co-deputy director, typically there's only one deputy director, but there's a co-deputy director who is Andrew Bailey.
It's pronounced Cotaby.
Oh, Cotaby. Sorry. Andrew Bailey, who gained his position in September, will take on the full traditional duties of the deputy director once Bongino is gone. So Bailey was Missouri's attorney general between 2023 and 2025 and helped a failed Supreme Court challenge to federal pressure on social media companies to censor alleged disinformation, which supporters had hoped would produce a landmark First Amendment ruling. So, yeah, he was one of the only attorney generals at the time pushing back against the Biden-era misinformation and disinformation policies online. So, okay, maybe he's good. I don't know. It sounds like the entire organization is fairly corrupt and just a den of vipers. All right. Well, let's go over and see what else we got when it comes to news.
Shucky ducky quack quack. Well, you want to woo woo?
All right. We covered some pretty incredible current events, and let's cover some more. Do you know when chess was invented, Cratchit?
1938.
Yes. It's a fairly recent game, I suppose. But there's a person here claiming something a little different. Former Russian politician, quote, "The aliens who abducted me invented chess."
That's some good news on that front.
Like in front of him? Hey, watch this.
Maybe this is something they told him in passing. You know,
we're going to make a game right in front of you and make you watch.
A lot of times these creatures, whatever they are, whether you think they're demons or aliens or whatever, they'll just tell you stuff on board that craft as just an aside, just to see. It's almost kind of like mind games that they're playing with you, just to see if you take it, internalize it, and start talking about it. But former Russian regional leader and chess administrator, Kirsten.
Chess administrator?
That's what it says here. He administers chess.
Does he have like a co-deputy director to help him with that?
No, I think he does this all by himself. Oh. So Kirsten Livovich, I think I got that.
Okay. I wonder what a chess administrator is.
He claims that he was once abducted by aliens, having previously served as the president of the Republic of Kalmyka in the Russian Federation, as well as the head of the Chess International Governing Body, the FIDE. Kirsten is perhaps best known these days for his controversial claim that he was abducted by extraterrestrials back in the 1990s. While he has told the story many times before, the tale was brought back into the spotlight recently thanks to an interview on the Jesse Michaels podcast, American Alchemy. You ever watch that one? It's not bad. You get some... He
Not
usually
sure I've even heard of it. What's it called?
American Alchemy. He talks to people usually for 6 hours. These are long podcasts, like 6 hours.
Who's Jesse Michaels?
He's a podcaster. Oh. He came out of nowhere, and he's blown up with these super long form interviews. The way Rogan used to do it. But he focuses mostly on these weirder, off the beaten path kind of stuff, like alien abductions, authors who have an interesting perspective on the universe or the nature of reality. Rogan, he does it occasionally, but Michaels goes all in. He goes into the deep end with this stuff.
Deep dish.
Yeah. According to Kirsten, it all started in 1997 when he was standing out on the balcony of his apartment in Moscow. He was abducted by alien entities wearing yellow spacesuits. Well, that's interesting. Typically...
Like Devo?
I suppose so. Yeah, like Devo. But typically, the alien abduction reports that I've read, a lot of these critters, they wear either skin-tight diving suits that are silvery in nature. Occasionally, you'll see shorter ones that will wear like almost overalls that are green in nature, sometimes blue. I would say very rarely yellow. That's very it stands out quite a bit. But even like silver stands out quite a bit too, I suppose. But yeah, I guess maybe they're a Devo. They wanted to demonstrate that UFOs do exist. I'm often asked which language I used telepathically to talk to them. Perhaps it was on a level of an exchange of ideas and not so much like a one-to-one language translation. So he's basically telepathy. In a recent interview, he elaborated on the conversation he had with aliens, noting that they wanted to convey peaceful intent. So they're just here, dressed in loud yellow jumpsuits, coming in peace.
Yeah, right.
He claimed that they told him that the Earth had previously hosted 5 intelligent civilizations, that the aliens themselves had created the human race, and that they had also invented the game of chess. Wow, okay. Yay! All right. Well, thank you for that one. It's pretty good.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
He also maintained that the aliens had not conveyed to him any political or military knowledge, and that he had not been told about the events that that would come to pass in the future. So they picked him up in yellow suits, took him aboard a UFO, and said, "Listen, we got one of these things. Check it out. They're real. And by the way, we made chess. So you're welcome." Unsurprisingly, Kirsten's story had been met with some considerable skepticism over the years, but to his credit, he's always maintained that everything happened exactly the way he described it. Was he really abducted by aliens that night, all those years ago, or did something else happen? So,
did they probe him at all?
Didn't say. Not. I guess
Did they collect any genetic material?
I guess we're going to have to watch the entire interview. I'll watch that tonight.
You may have already surrendered your DNA by spitting in a tube.
Yeah. I don't
Aliens or to China?
I don't know. Most likely to China. Aliens.
That was always your theory that like spitting in the tube, that stuff's all just going to China.
Yeah, they're going to China. China likes to collect DNA of Westerners, so they can clone you, and then you can have a Chinese version of yourself in somewhere in China. So out there somewhere in China, there's a China Mike, and he probably is a
China
podcaster.
Mike.
China Mike is probably a podcaster too. He just works for the state. So, but that has nothing to do with this story right here. But I just want to throw it out there. Aliens invented chess, so keep that in mind, people.
You think they dropped that like as some sort of like they needed cred?
I think this is one of the things that during alien abductions, they'll drop little pieces of knowledge that you can't use. And it's like during Betty and Barney Hill, the famed abduction in the 1960s, they told Betty that they came from this particular star system. And they showed her a star map. They named it. But what is Betty really going to do with that information? Nothing at all. She can tell people about it, but there's of no use to the abductor. It would have been much more interesting information. We abducted you for X, Y, and Z. We're going to continue to monitor you because of your lineage. And by the way, we abduct everyone from that lineage. That would be a little bit more interesting in practical information to share, but aliens do not do that. They'll also convey messages of doom. They'll tell you that humans are destroying the Earth and that you need to stop doing that. But for any one person to receive that message, it's not practical. We all know we shouldn't destroy the Earth. That kind of information is not terribly useful for the individual. So they throw out these tidbits of information that you remember, but is not terribly useful to you. It's almost like they track the dissemination of that information. It's almost like a psychological operation. It's like, yeah, we're going to abduct them. We're going to play around with them a little bit, take some DNA. We're going to give them some information, and we're going to track who they tell and how far that information travels. It's kind of like a classic like psychological operation where back in the 50s,
called a canary trap.
Yeah, is that the official name? Yeah. Okay, well then, yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what it feels like.
You release different versions of information to different people to see where it comes out on the other end.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So,
and this would be an easy one to follow. Like, hey, tell this guy that aliens invented chess and see where that kind of leaks out.
Because that's the first time I've ever heard of that. Like aliens taking responsibility for a game that is internationally known. They didn't say, "Hey, we invented basketball," or we invented rock and roll. Elvis, we gave him all those songs. This is
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, Chuck Berry. Yeah, whatever. This is a little tidbit of information I had not heard. So,
I like to think they used it as a threat.
What do you mean?
Well, tell us what you want, or we'll invent another game.
Oh, that's possible too. Devo, are we not men? I wonder if you can make an AI image of Devo as aliens abducting people. Now that's the image for the podcast episode artwork.
Try it.
Yeah. All right. While you create that, I'll read another piece of news over here. See if we got something more bizarre or, bland. We'll find out. I'll give you an option. I have an article on hauntology. It's a new word I've never heard of. Hauntology, and how that keeps us.
I got my master's degree in hauntology.
Oh, really? Okay. You get it at Brown?
I did. Right after I got my doctorate in Pan-Asian gender studies.
Hauntology keeps us invested in shows like Stranger Things. And then the new teaser trailer came out for the new Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day. And I think they're settling on that movie
That's a terrible title, by the way.
I agree. Disclosure
we're all looking forward to like that movie from Spielberg to just kind of see where it goes with it. I will say from the trailer, and I'm sure you're going to talk about this, but the trailer, there's a lot of kind of dodgy CGI in there, but we'll see where it goes. That of all the possible titles, that one's terrible.
I agree.
What was the name of the documentary that had the same name?
Age of Disclosure.
Yeah, see, it's...
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But I'll play the trailer. We talked about it last show. I'm a fan of alien movies, and I'm certainly going to give this one a chance. And I would say, yeah, the trailer is interesting. It looks very well made, as you'd expect from a Spielberg movie. But here it is. We'll play the trailer, and then we will get a copyright strike on this when we release it to YouTube. So that's what we're looking to do. So apparently we can't watch trailers on YouTube anymore. 1 second. Let me sync everything up. Here we go.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's today
Oh,
is
she's freaking out.
today's
Wow, this is freaked out.
From Steven Spielberg.
People have a right to know the truth.
Director of Hook.
It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm going to show you.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
Where am I?
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
That's crazy, man.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe?
UAP, right there!
Yet save it only for us?
We got a UAP, y'all!
So, initial reaction, very well constructed. It looks like, and this is just what I'm guessing, is that TV reporter who is kind of stuttering and stammering, is she like some kind of alien herself and just doesn't know? And it does seem like it's dipping into the psychological aspect of maybe alien encounters and how people who come in close contact to UFOs and aliens, their reality warps in a bit of a way. Like it's almost like they travel partially to the spirit realm. It's kind of what he's getting at right there. So I'm curious. I'm going to see it, but I have to wait until May or June. That sucks. I want to see it right now.
It bothers me that for whatever they're using for the alien language or whatever's going on there, it's the same exact thing they used 30 years ago in the Charlie Sheen movie Arrival.
Oh,
it's identical.
The clickings and the clackings.
It's also hard to hear, so I'm wondering if they change that or amp it up or something before they release, because it's very subtle that she's making a guttural clicking noise.
So here's some noise of a person who claims to speak the language of people from Venus right here. So that's the language of Venus. This is the language of Pluto right here. So there you go. So keep that in mind, people. Maybe Steven Spielberg reached back to the 1950s abductee phenomenon, because that's where those clips are from, in order to get inspiration for his new movie. Hey, look at that. That's Devo as aliens playing chess against somebody. I love it. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Look at that. Oh, man. Now, which AI image generator did you use? Because ChatGPT just put out a brand new one that's pretty not bad.
This is the older one of theirs. I was going to try that as an A/B test. Let me try it through the other.
Yeah, the new one's actually pretty good. They're saying it's giving Google a run for its money. And I still subscribe to Midjourney, and I pay $10 a month for Midjourney, and I feel like I don't know if I need to use that anymore. I don't think so.
Yeah, I have a pro account to Midjourney. I haven't used it in months.
Yeah, I think I got to start saving some money.
By the way, I do want to point out that, and this is just one of my concerns. If you recall, about 15 years ago, there was a movie that came out, produced by Spielberg and directed by J.J. Abrams, called Super 8.
Yes, I remember.
Which was about kids and aliens and all sorts of stuff there. This trailer reminds me of that. It comes out and you're like, oh, this looks really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's a lot of interesting things. It's really well done, really well put together, and just a hugely disappointing CGI fest on that.
Well, we can blame J.J. Abrams for that. He hasn't had a lot of success when it comes to really seeing his ideas come to some sort of like fruition that is acceptable by a lot of people. Like, yeah, Super 8, a bit disappointing. Great premise, and that's the thing. J.J. Abrams is able to set up amazing premises and have a good overall aesthetic. It's almost like he's great at somewhat maybe being a cinematographer or director and or producer. But when it comes to writing and directing, that's when J.J. gets into a lot of trouble. As we've seen with the Star Wars movies, he did not do very well. Even looking back on the Star Trek reboot, didn't really. I mean, it got a lot of people in the seats, but it didn't hold true to the traditions of Star Trek. He really added more lasers and gun battles and fights into it, which I guess for blockbusters it works, but when it comes to good science fiction, it doesn't work very well. And oh boy!
By the way, this is the exact same prompt in the ChatGPT image creator as opposed to in Sora, which is also powered by ChatGPT, but it's the older version of their image generator.
So that's not bad. I mean, so that's pretty good. But I actually like the newer one, the one you just made, a little better. It seems a little bit more dynamic, and but both convey the image of aliens dressed as Devo playing chess with the abductee, which is what you kind of want.
Well, they're saying we invented this and you have to play it. They forced this guy to become the Russian whatever organization's administrator.
Oh, good. Well, he's obeying. He's under duress though, so
I do this under duress.
So while we're talking about entertainment a little bit, there is a new Star Trek series coming out.
Another one?
A new Star Trek series called Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Because they've got Star Trek, the whatever, the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Discovery. They had Star Trek
then
Discovery.
They had Star Trek Basement, Star Trek Ice Cream Machine, Star Trek Cartoon, Star Trek Far Out Things. There's like 27 Star Trek series.
I know that.
Maybe they should focus on one and make it good.
No, they can't do that. They got Starfleet Academy. Here's the official trailer. I'm going to play a little bit of it because it's produced by the same people that produced Star Trek Discovery and was partially responsible for Star Trek Picard and the newest movie, Section 31, that came out, which is all, by and large, besides the last season of Star Trek Picard, was all pretty much horse crap.
I forgot about Picard too.
So I'll play a little bit of this trailer, and they said this is Star Trek's version of like a Harry Potter-esque kind of Star Trek. What do you mean? There are people at a university or a school discovering elements about themselves, forging new friendships, and facing unspeakable problems and evils. That's what Star Trek Academy is going to do. Now, whether or not this thing is going to see the light of day or how much attention it's going to get, it really depends on the new owners of Paramount and if they're on board with shoveling this garbage down people's mouths. We'll see.
Watch this show.
We'll see. We'll see right now. Here we go. Here's the trailer.
The Starfleet Academy trailer starts now.
Caleb. What's that one? Right there. Right there. One day, when we have our own ship, we are going to go visit Earth. That's right.
Red alert.
Bye-bye, Mommy!
I love you! I'm so sorry.
You hold on to how much you hate me right now, kid.
Oh, Paul Giamatti.
It'll keep you warm at night.
Looks like he's playing a Klingon.
Portal breach. Caleb, I've been looking for you every single day for the last 15 years. Come with me to Starfleet Academy. The Federation will help you find your mother.
Look at this shit!
Thing is taking us to the school?
That is the school.
Being a cadet in Starfleet Academy means being open to the people around you.
I understand sometimes I feel invisible, but mostly awkward.
Let's go! Show me you're worthy of this uniform! There's some goddamn bullshit!
All right, I'm going to say people. So this is not my kind of show. They're not making this for me or people like me. They're making it for fans that don't exist. They're making this Star Trek for people that just don't exist in the fandom. Not as far as I know. There might be 100,000 people out there that watch Star Trek Discovery and really like it. It's not the amount that they hope or think that they deserve. It's just a bunch of fluff, and I don't see anything in here about diplomacy, exploring the stars. This is all about emotion and interpersonal relationships, which is what Gene Roddenberry tried to avoid. He didn't want any of that stuff. He thought it should have been about humanity exploring the stars and interacting with different species. But no, apparently, according to these creators who are buddy-buddy with J.J. Abrams, they think it should be all about emotion. So, all right, this is going to suck. This is ruin my Christmas. Thanks.
The good news is they are going to use my theme song that Kenny Loggins never sang.
Yes. Which one was that? The highway to the or freeway to the problem area?
No. The one about opening presents on Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stop slopping us.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing with. This is pretty much Star Trek slop.
Yeah. No, as you remember, I did the one that was the Star Trek themed version of Meet Me Halfway.
Yes, that was a great one. Yes. Meet me halfway. It was out there.
No,
it was meet me
Let's
out
Go Out
there.
There.
Meet me out there.
Let's go out there. It's not meet me. I'm not putting any of his lyrics
Oh,
in
you're
there. I
right.
only get
It's
sued.
it's a totally original song. I forgot.
Don't you save these in a giant pile?
I do. I have them in my AI song folder.
In your AI slop folder?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. Let's see if I can find it. My AI slop folder. Because that was a good one.
Stop slopping me.
Stop.
What did you say? Stop slopping us.
Stop slopping us.
Yeah. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it. What'd you title it? Meet me or
let's see here. Let's go out there.
Let's go out there. Okay, let's go out there. Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see here. No, come on. Where's all this stuff? See, I'm becoming really annoyed with my new Macintosh. It's not giving me the things in which I want to access them. Let's see here. Let's go. There we go. I got that one. Come on, give it to me. Got stolen potatoes. I got I'm not sure if I have it here, Cratchit. I'm gonna need it because it's not on my backup drive, and I'm gonna need it to put out I got freeway to the problem area. I got Toe Tight, which is a great song, by the way. And those are the only ones I have here.
There's like 8 of them. How did you delete all the rest?
I didn't delete them. I may have not transferred them over to this drive, but I'm going to have to find them. I got...
you didn't delete them, you just didn't save
Well, they're on my other... I got to boot up my other computer and make sure I go through and grab all those. Because I thought I did, but apparently I didn't grab everything. So my bad. We got to store these before
and re-export all this stuff.
Well, I'll find it. I don't have to play it right now, but I am going to need it because Suno is going to take all this stuff away from us. All right. While you find it, I'll move on. I didn't mean to ruin everyone's Christmas by talking about Starfleet Academy, but I guess I kind of did. It really is a bad Christmas present for people out there, especially hardcore Star Trek fans like me.
Ridiculous.
Let's see if do I have one more story before we head over to Cratchit's Corner? Cratchit's Crevice. Let's see here. Yeah, we're not going to get to Hauntology. No, we talked about Disclosure Day. Turns out the 3-Eye Atlas is about to make its closest approach to Earth. I thought that thing was out of the news, but apparently not. It's coming back in a big way. We're going to be able to take a better look at this thing.
Well, it's good because it's wanted for question in the Brown shooting.
Oh, okay. Fine. They need somebody to take responsibility for this. And then I have an article on Southeast Asia's tuk-tuk racing scene, and it's no joke.
I think we should talk about the 3-Eye Atlas because apparently it's on its closest approach.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's get over there and talk about 3-Eye Atlas. Maybe one more time.
Let's do it.
Yes, the interstellar visitor, 3-Eye Atlas, is about to make its closest approach. After months of speculation, we will soon get our best views yet of the mysterious interstellar interloper. By now, just about everyone has heard about 3-Eye Atlas, an interstellar object thought by most scientists to be a comet, but has been passing through our solar system over the last few months. Well, half a year at this point. It made its appearance in July, and it's now making itself known. The most intrigue surrounding the object comes courtesy of vocal minority, including Harvard professor Avi Loeb, who believes that there is a reasonable chance that the 3-Eye Atlas comet could in fact be an artificially constructed object controlled by advanced extraterrestrial civilizations. Okay. Evidence of this comes in the form of various anomalies concerning the object's speed, composition, trajectory, that Avi Loeb in particular has interpreted as evidence of artificial construction. Any question about the nature and origins of 3-Eye Atlas, however, may finally be answered this week as the interstellar visitor is set to make its closest approach to Earth on December 19th. That's 2 days, people. In 2 days, we will know all. Although it will only venture within 168 million miles of Earth, nearly twice the distance that Earth is to the sun, that should still be enough to get some pretty good pictures. Will that be enough to put the mystery and intrigue surrounding 3-Eye Atlas to bed? Probably not, especially for those who still believe it could be artificially constructed. NASA, meanwhile, has long remained adamant that it is little more than a comet. Quote, it looks and behaves like a comet, and all evidence point to it being a comet, said NASA Associate Administrator Amit something. But this one came from outside of our solar system, what makes it fascinating, exciting, and scientifically very important. So be on the lookout, people. We're going to get some fake images from NASA. All right.
They should have done better.
Okay. Well, there it is. There's the update, people. I guess we'll hear something from
I look forward to NASA claiming they can't get any good photos of it.
Oh, I see. You got the Let's Go Out There. Let's play a little bit of Let's Go Out There by Kenny Loggins.
Not by Kenny Loggins. That's right.
Ken
Woods.
Kenneth Logger or Ken Woods. Yes. This is a little Christmas present for everyone out there. People really enjoy our AI songs. What's that?
In a journey spent at war night, final frontier, cross space and time, every mission.
Good reverb on that voice.
Features an away team with deflector shields and tractor beams. Know that we are the chosen ones.
Red alert.
Let's go out there among the stars.
The Klingon Empire will never yield.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
I don't want excuses, number one. I want answers.
Let's go out there.
I am Locutus of Borg. You will respond to my questions. T.O. Grey Hot.
To find new life and strange new worlds to explore.
Shut up, Wesley.
Through the darkness.
Yeah, there we go. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good, solid AI musicianship. No doubt about that. Cratchit, are you prepared for some stories to tell people out there?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Okay.
Come up with something.
Let's make it happen. Let's get this going here. Here we go. Come on. I'm the best.
Let's see. I've got one on Space Force stuff, but I'm going to skip that. Let's stick with some nonsense. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
I've seen your type before. Flashy, making the scene.
That's from Bookman.
That's Bookman. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
By the way, just as an aside, I was talking to someone at work the other day, and I noticed they've got a bunch of. They were in their office, and they had a bunch of those really cheap, what people call cheater glasses, just the ones that just magnify for reading stuff. Kind of all over. They had one they were wearing around their neck, and they had like 3 or 4 others in their office. And I pointed out, I was like, "Why do you have so many glasses in here?" And what they said was, they routinely lose or they sit on their glasses, whatever. So they're just chewing through these glasses. And an example of them losing the glasses they gave is they were at the gym and they took off their glasses. They need the glasses to read the combination on their lock. They took off those cheater glasses and they put them on top of their locker. And then they lost the glasses because without the glasses, they couldn't see that the glasses were on top of the locker. And I said, oh, like George Costanza losing his glasses. And apparently they had never seen that episode. So it was a lost, 30-year-old reference about somebody losing their glasses at the gym.
That you just talked to an alien. Most aliens have never seen Seinfeld. It's common knowledge.
That's right. He is also very good at chess.
Party time is over.
And he dresses like Devo.
That's a sure sign that he's probably not from here. Well, a woman is suing the IRS to get pets classified as dependents and eligible for tax deductions.
That's some good news on that front.
It's about time. We treat our pets like children pretty much. So why not? Let's make them tax dependents or dependents on us officially. I'm actually okay with this at this point. Kind of off my goats.
This story is going to be divisive because some people are going to see it as ridiculous and others, as you just expressed, are going to be in full support because it only makes sense.
I'm for writing off as much as you can. So
just don't pay taxes.
You can try. I pay my taxes because I'm a good citizen. I'm a good bootlicker. I'm here to pay taxes and lick boots. But
I'm all out of boots.
A lawyer. I got that clip here. Let me see here. I have a clip of Alex Jones saying, "Pay taxes, lick boots." Let's see if I got it. Lick boots. Maybe I'll see if it comes up. This is where what was that that search engine you gave me? You told me download a search engine, and it's like a file searcher for like external like hard drives and NAS.
Yeah, what is that? Something
Easy Find or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Easy Find. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you've got your clip library loaded in Farrago, it's got a search engine built in.
Yeah, but it's not loaded in. Like most of my clips are not in there. Here it is. I think it is.
I'm here to pay the taxes and lick boots.
Yep, me too. Well,
I'm all out of boots.
A lawyer and her golden retriever are suing the Internal Revenue Service to try and get pets classified as legal dependents, a change that would have some tax benefits for pet owners. Finnegan Mary Reynolds.
Apparently the dog's name is Finnegan Mary Reynolds.
So there's like first name Canine Finnegan Mary Reynolds and her owner, attorney Amanda Reynolds, filed a lawsuit with her dog. So they filed a lawsuit in the Eastern District of New York, arguing that the pooch relies entirely on Reynolds for food, shelter, medical care, training, transportation, and more. What about education? You're not including that?
I like the and more.
Yeah. What's the and more? I'm going to classify that.
I'm going to need an itemized list of your and more.
Reynolds argues that Finnegan, an 8-year-old golden retriever, has no independent income, resides exclusively with her, and has annual expenses exceeding $5,000. All requirements for a legal human dependent under the IRS. Yeah, the guy he barely holds a job, sits around at home, doesn't do chores, kind of
sleeps
like a
all
deadbeat,
day.
sleeps all day, goes outside.
Usually just on the sofa, watches TV.
Sometimes he craps on the floor too and expects me to clean it up.
Gets in fights with the neighbors.
Yeah. Yelling at people who show up here. He's borderline
yelling. Hey, 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 hey.
He's borderline abusive narcissist. If you think about it, expects me to wait on him hands and foot.
Sexually harasses everyone else who comes to visit.
Yeah, he's constantly like sticking his nose in people's crotches. He's a dependent. While the IRS defines pets as property, Reynolds says this does not quite reflect Finnegan's role in the household. For all intents and purposes, Finnegan is like my daughter and is definitely a dependent, the case reads, noting that while the subject may seem unusual, it is not frivolous or meritless. According to, she's calling it's not frivolous or meritless, but the judge may see this differently. Reynolds goes on to argue that not classifying all pets as dependents is an unfair burden on taxpayers, especially since the IRS says that some pets, namely service animals, can qualify for tax advantages. Oh, they opened a door. They opened a door right there. Claiming a dependent can result in tax-favored credits and deductions. According to Forbes, this includes child tax credit and additional child tax credit and credit for other dependents and the earned income tax credit to outlet the outlet reports. There isn't, however, any language in case law or statutes. Is it statute or statute? I think it is
statutes.
Statutes
there's no case law on statutes.
Statutes that would allow pet owners to claim those tax breaks. Let's see here. Magistrate.
All it takes is one, though. That's where precedent comes from.
Exactly. Magistrate Judge James M. Wicks, who is overseeing the case, has granted a motion to pause the discovery process as the IRS is likely to file a motion to dismiss the case.
To pause the case?
Well, they spelled it with a U-S-E, so. She needs to file a lawsuit with a judge who you know has a dog or a cat or is just an animal lover in general. You got to find a favorable judge.
Yep. You find the right judge, and this will go through. You find the wrong judge, somebody who's like, I was bit by a dog when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
You got to file this in the right district, and she can try again. As a lawyer, she should know this. But, okay. I'm interested to see the outcome of this. I don't really know how I feel about this. Dogs have become family members in this country. So I can see it. And they do cost a lot of money. But for the most part, having a dog is voluntary. Like you go pick out your dog, and you choose to have it. Same with kids, though. You can say the same thing about kids nowadays. A lot of people can choose to have kids. Sometimes they're accidents, but you can choose to keep it or not. So there's a lot of similarities here. I don't know how I feel. And
just like dogs, I put the kids out in the backyard for most of the day. I'm always yelling at them to shut up.
Yeah, go watch the goats.
I point at the TV and go, "What's on TV? Who is that? Who is that?"
Stop eating chicken crap off the ground. It makes you sick.
You're running out to the side yard and yell at the kids, "Hey, get out of there!
Get out of that! Get out of the chicken coop! You're not supposed to eat that."
You also use the phrase, "Y'all going now get."
Y'all, yeah. Much of the same language you can use for both kids and dogs. So
they're interchangeable.
Interesting article here. Interesting article.
You are not allowed to do this.
You're not? Why not?
I don't know. It could have been a Brown University student.
We're done.
Oh, let's see. Well, I got more pet news. I don't know.
Okay.
Pet stories.
I like pets. People love pets. People love
Not
pets.
doing pet news. We're doing Christmas news.
Oh, okay.
Here's some Christmas news. And this is an article that's asking the important questions about Christmas traditions. This is information we need to know.
Okay. What creature is the Grinch really? And an anatomist explains.
Where's the Tylenol?
Yeah, we might need it for this. They're going deep into Grinch cryptid lore. Grinch. What's his name? Grinch?
Hallelujah! Holy shit!
The Grinch is one of the holiday season's most familiar icons. The grumpy, green-furred, covered misanthrope who plotted to sabotage Christmas in Dr. Seuss's classic 1957 work has now become a quintessential part of the yearly festive ritual he is so despised. Do you like that? So when it comes to Christmas movies, before I finish this, my wife and I were talking. We want to watch a bunch of Christmas movies, but we don't want to watch the same old ones. Like, I like The Christmas Story, but she doesn't want to watch it anymore. I think that's like almost like a must see. And
it's a Cleveland classic.
It is a Cleveland classic.
It was filmed in Cleveland, though it was set in Northwest Indiana, outside of Chicago.
And also Christmas Vacation, also a modern day classic. But I think I've seen it enough, and so we're looking to go back and maybe watch the Miracle on 45th Street, 34th Street. Which street was
19th Street?
Oh, 19th. That's where it took place? Okay, I was in the wrong street.
Miracle on 125th Street?
I was completely on the wrong block.
That was the Soul version?
I missed all the miracles.
Miracle at the intersection of 1st Avenue and 1st Street?
We're going to try to watch some classics there. And
look that up.
Maybe Grinch will be something we watch again.
Which one, though?
The Jim Carrey one.
No,
which one?
Seen it, actually.
Which one should I watch? The cartoon?
I have never seen the Jim Carrey version of that. I've only seen the original cartoon with wasn't it Boris Karloff who was doing the singing in that one?
Boris Karloff. Okay,
wasn't it?
Maybe
Grinch, Boris Karloff. Let's see.
Bullshit.
Karloff. Yeah, Boris Karloff was the narrator and sang the songs. Yeah.
Well, but beneath the snarl and the green fur, what kind of creature is he really? Not even Dr. Seuss really had an answer, but an anatomist, I can't help but to wonder. But as an anatomist, I can't help but wonder what the Grinch would look like on a dissection table. What is his skeleton, muscles, and brain? What kind of
seriously what this guy's thinking about when I cruise with his kids? He's drawing stuff out. I was like, "Hey, kids, how many bones he's got?"
If we could rip this sucker open, we could find out a lot. And he also was wondering what kind of unique organs he may have.
Maybe he should order some stuff from the Harvard School of Medicine.
So when it comes to the skull, the Grinch's most recognizable feature is, of course, his face. The underlying characteristics features would be a unique skull, unlike anything you'd find in Whoville or on Earth. Well, yeah, he's not even talking about the creatures, those little people of Whoville. They're barely human. Structurally, the Grinch's facial skeleton would blend primate and canine traits. Short, broad snout, high cranium, and powerful jaw. Its face evolved for expression, adeptly capable of sneering, gloating, and ultimately smiling with genuine warmth. And he is a bit of a kind of like quasi, like a hybrid. If the Dogman and Sasquatch had some sort of unholy hybrid. Let's see here. Beneath the eyes would be a large bony canal carrying nerves to his whisker-like facial hairs, granting exquisite tactical sensitivity to changes in air currents. Like a cat's whiskers, it could help him sensing approaching whoos or dangling bulbs. Crucial for the creature who thrives on stealth. Yeah, this guy is built for stealth speed. He is a natural predator in Whoville. Let's see here. When it comes to the face, the Grinch's yellow eyes with large forward-facing eye sockets suggest a crepuscular lifestyle. Most active at dawn and dusk. So this guy, he's a predator. He basically is, like they're saying this guy is a predator. He's built for that kind of activity. Many animals with yellow eyes, such as owls and cats, are adept at low light. The yellow pigment filters blue light and sharpens contrast, allowing movement to be detected in the half light. Perfect for nocturnal gift thieves. This guy's really done. This is his Christmas article, and he's really thought of. But it also kind of feels like this has been written by AI a little bit. This has kind of got an AI, like this level of detail.
Yeah.
It feels very AI, like a little bit here.
Stop slopping us.
Yeah. There's a lot of the typical AI grammatical mechanics that show up in here.
Because I'm not like detecting any personality from this guy writing. Let's see here. The brain anatomy often mirrors personality. Judging by behavior, the Grinch's frontal lobe, particularly his prefrontal cortex, would be on the small side, explaining his flat and small forehead. Given the region governs planning, impulse control, and moral reasoning, it would explain why he lacks these faculties at the story's start. Having a smaller frontal lobe also explains his rash decision-making, his inability to foresee consequences beyond the next stolen bulb. Okay. I like the way this ChatGPT is thinking here. He's really thought this through. Let's see. How's this wind up here? Let's see here. To an anatomist, the Grinch is more than a Christmas curiosity. He's a case study in form and function, and in his final form, anatomy and morality align. The muscle that once powered a sneer now lifts into a genuine smile. The hands that this is totally written by AI here.
Mm-hmm.
This total.
Yeah, I suspect this guy had a couple of thoughts and points on how he wanted this to be structured, and then he dumped it into AI and just let it go.
There we go. AI wrote this. Oh my God. I wanted to just type into the comments, AI wrote this, but they're forcing me to sign up and register. I'm not doing that.
I'm just write, stop slopping us.
Stop slopping us. Jesus.
Stop slopping us.
All right. I like the overall idea.
I want to see if I can get into the comments on this. Yeah, I think, and somebody in the comments, where was it? Greg85 or G-Reg, I guess, I don't know. Said he's always wondered about this. He's feeling a Grinch origin story / horror movie coming on.
Ooh.
Thanks, Ghost Bros. They're all on board.
Well, let's see.
I'm trying to get to the comments here. In this website is terrible.
It's not the best.
Oh my goodness! There's so many ads. Screw it. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. All right. We'll move on.
It was a pig man.
Yes, the Grinch is a pig man.
That was the sequel.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, the pig man is alive.
It's funny.
Hey, can you drop kick that image? Yep. It's stuck on Devo.
On Devo.
So because you brought it up, I did some digging around, and this one's the most concise and the one I agree with almost the most of. This might help your movie selection.
Okay. Here we go. We got the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, boy. It's going to be kind of divisive. I know people are not going to agree with it. They're going to agree with it. Okay. It says here, list is totally biased, completely subjective, potentially controversial holiday movies. Yeah, this is how this person's feeling, or their AI assistant who helped them write this.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, when was this written? What? They don't have a date on this one. I just scanned through to see what movies they called out, and I agree with most of them.
All right, number 10, we got "It's a Wonderful Life." Yay! You know, I don't.
That's a classic.
I don't know if I've ever seen it all the way through. I don't know.
Well, now's your opportunity.
Yeah, it's a 1946 black and white classic about an angel sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman. Of course, he's on our list. What was he selling in there? Was he like selling like doohickeys, knickknacks,
widgets?
Yeah, widgets.
Tchotchkes.
Number 9, you got A Miracle on 34th Street, not on Miracle on 22nd Street or whatever street I said.
Miracle on 125th Street. By the way, I do want to point out on this one, and this bothers me. Right below it, they have a caption that says, "Still from Miracle on 34th Street, copyright 20th Century Fox, 1947. No, it's not. That still is from the 1990s version because that's Richard Attenborough in his Jurassic Park era.
Yeah.
So they've got the wrong picture in there. Nice job, crappy editor of this website.
AI probably put it together. That's the only reason to justify that. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, this 1947 film tells the tale of a recently divorced New York mother who hires an old man to play Santa Claus at Macy's department store. Little does she know, he claims to be the real Santa. It's just some lunatic on the street, typically in New York. You know, we get to see that all the time. Oh my God! Number 8, they have Die Hard. They actually have Die Hard on this list. Mm-hmm. Holy moly! That's incredible. But I'm glad it does. We're just spouting unpopular opinions left and right and center. But here's the deal. Just because the movie takes place around Christmas time does not make it a Christmas movie. Well, I disagree. But this 1988 action flick about an NYPD officer who tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party lands on some people's list as the best Christmas movie of all time. I don't know. I'm not going to say all time. But it's the best action Christmas movie of all time. It's a dang good movie, but don't get us wrong. Bruce Willis is in his prime. But as far as his reputation of being a holiday classic, that's debatable. Also, don't forget, Die Hard 2 also took place during Christmas.
You're not such a rascal after all.
And the year before Die Hard 1, Lethal Weapon also set at Christmas.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, we are just up to our neck in terrorists again, John.
And I think it was a Christmas as a theme was a lot more prominent in Die Hard 2. They had a lot more, I guess, overt Christmas items. There was carolers. So they really leaned into it at that point in time.
Guess I was wrong about you. You're not such a rascal after all.
No, you were right. Just your kind of rascal.
Yeah, John Amos.
Just your kind of rascal there. Number 7, The Christmas Story. Oh, yeah. This 1983 classic about a family in the 40s. This movie depicts a young boy named Ralphie who attempts to convince his parents, his teacher, and Santa that the Red Ryder BB gun is really a perfect Christmas gift. Yes, it is. Number 6, The Polar Express, which I can say I don't think I've ever seen all the way through.
You're going to want to keep it that way.
It's not that good.
It is not a Christmas classic. It is not a Christmas classic film. It's early CGI. It's creepy as all get out.
They suck.
I think they're putting this one here because of the it was a Zemeckis and Tom Hanks and all that crap, but no.
This movie sucks shit.
I agree.
I mean, that's pretty harsh, but it is number 6 on the list. Number 5, Home Alone. 8-year-old troublemaker Kevin McAllister. Was he a troublemaker? I don't think he was that much of a troublemaker. He was bullied by his older brother, Buzz. His troublemaking was all the result of Buzz and people in his life not giving him any respect. He couldn't get no respect.
I don't know if troublemaker is the right term. I think he's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
Yeah. But he's according to this article, 8-year-old troublemaker Kevin McAllister is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. As any kid with a large family would tell you, being left alone sounds like a dream come true. But when a pair of burglars began breaking into homes, Kevin must fuse ingenuity with his natural mischievous mind to defend his home. With Macaulay Culkin playing Kevin and Joe Pesci playing the lead burglar of the Wet Bandits. They don't mention here the Wet Bandits. Holiday comedy is inevitable. It's a good movie.
Can you name the other Wet Bandit?
I don't know. Oh, is it? No.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, I forgot. He did the voiceover for Wonder Years, and
he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did,
Shout out,
adult Fred Savage. So.
And number 4, they have Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas on here. So they're putting the Grinch ahead of Home Alone? I don't think so.
Well, I think this is the wrong version of the Grinch movie.
Yeah, perhaps the best holiday film to debut in the year 2000. This adult adaptation of Dr. Seuss's classic children's Christmas tale stars comedic starling Jim Carrey. Yes, I've seen it. It's pretty good. Number 3 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is it's a classic. It just is. Yeah.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Classic. Hey, come on. Chevy Chase in top form right there.
Yep.
Everyone in that movie, top form. Number 3, National Lampoon's... Oh, I sort of said that.
You just did that one.
Number
you can have it on there twice.
Number 2 is Elf. Released in 2003. This cheeky Christmas comedy classic stars the one and only Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf. Raised as an outsider in North Pole, Buddy travels to New York City to meet his biological father, who doesn't know he exists. Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know if I'll be watching it again this year, though. I've seen it enough. I think I saw it at theaters when it came out. Did you see it at theaters?
I can't remember seeing it in theaters, but my question is, you said you've seen it enough. Do you watch Christmas movies when it's not Christmas time? Like random day in April, you're like, I'm going to go watch Christmas Vacation.
I'm not some deranged, psychotic derelict.
Some
I'm not some
psychotic lunatic.
No. Yeah. I watch them.
I was just curious. So.
After my birthday and then before Christmas. And maybe when I was growing up, we would when we were opening the presents, we would have the Christmas Story on nonstop because I think TBS would play it on a 20.
Yeah, they used to do that. They used to do a
24-hour marathon.
Yeah, a marathon back in the 90s. They would just run it.
Yeah, we'd love this. It would just be on in the background. And that's how I got so acquainted with the movie. And so we just have it on in the background. Did they stop doing it? I don't know. No one watches TBS anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a TV, or I don't have TV service, so I have no idea. They may.
And number 1, people, is White Christmas. Lastly, our favorite Christmas movie of all time, White Christmas, a 1954 musical classic featuring an all-star cast including Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, and Rosemary Clooney. The film follows a successful song and dance team that becomes romantically involved with a sister act. Together, the couple work to save a failing Vermont inn. This movie has it all. Romance, singing, dancing, like you won't believe. So I'll be checking that one out. Yep.
If I don't know if you've ever seen it. If I can make a recommendation for your list, you want to find the 2021, I think 2022 movie called Violent Night.
No,
let's do it.
It is it's a short version. And this will piss some people off. Let's say it's Die Hard starring Santa.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely watch that. I probably not something that I would watch with my young nephews or young nieces around.
How old are they?
8, and the youngest ones are like 8 and 11, maybe.
I don't know. I think that's fine. Have them just watch Die Hard.
Maybe.
Gremlins is another good one that's set at Christmas.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point. But also,
there are other ones we've missed.
Pretty brutal. You know, there's some horrific scenes in Gremlins.
Gremlins is borderline horror.
Yeah.
And yet it's geared towards kids.
It's kind of bizarre. Was that PG? I think it was PG when it came out, only because there was no PG-13 rating at the time. So
yeah, well, I don't know if that one made PG-13 or not, because it would have been right around the time when they first developed that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's probably other Christmas movies that aren't on this list, but there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, there was like all the versions of Christmas Carol. I think the George C. Scott one from the 80s is probably the best, in my opinion. There's Santa the movie, if you remember, in that one from like the 80s.
I do like that one. Yeah.
So
I watched that one, and then you have all the ones with Tool Time Tim doing Santa Claus. He did that role to much acclaim, and people seem to like those movies with what's his name? Tim Allen. Tim Allen. Yes.
Tim Allen is right. Yeah, he did. There's 27 of those movies. I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Tim will keep making them if you give him money.
Let's keep showing up and making more. Brazil is Terry Gilliam's film is set during Christmas. That's
really
a little strange. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. I mean, Home Alone 2, if you wanted to go there.
Yeah. Okay. Starring Trump. Trump actually made his film debut in Home Alone 2.
That's right. You've got the crappy Schwarzenegger film, which I can't remember the name of.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, that one.
It was a terrific movie. And it also starred Sinbad. You can't forget about Sinbad.
That's right. He was like a postal carrier or something.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yes, that's exactly.
Yeah, he was a pussy. Okay.
I think Edward Scissorhands is set at least in large part during Christmas.
Yeah, I would say that's a holiday movie. Yeah.
You have Bad Santa. That's always fun if you want to.
That's a little raunchy, but Billy Bob Thornton, excellent as always.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Val Kilmer.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Don't forget Bill Murray and Scrooged.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Bill Murray, excellent.
Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Trading Places is set during Christmas, or at least the climax of it is.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
there's a lot of them out there. So.
Yeah, it's a great time of year to make a movie and pull one out.
The chat says Batman Returns is set during Christmas, but we'll just forget that one exists.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nightmare Before Christmas? No, that's animation. Get that out of here.
Yeah, some people do like it.
Points out that there's Christmas decorations at the police station in First Blood. I think that is true. I think First Blood technically takes place around Christmas.
Maybe you're right. It is cold. It is cold. We know that.
First Blood. Yes. Because they had Christmas lights up. He's right. So extra points to Necromechanical on that one.
Big time.
So First Blood also qualifies as a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. Go nuts.
All right. I'll watch it.
So when your wife says, Mike, pick the Christmas movies, you're like, here's the list.
Yeah.
It's Lethal Weapon, First Blood, Gremlins, Die Hard. Yeah, you're all set.
And there's the Christmas cheer.
Actually, I'm going to dig in this a little bit more. I think there's a lot of good alternate Christmas movies out there. But highly recommend Violent Night. It's only a couple, actually really well done, solid film, twists and turns.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us on this Wednesday. We'll be back for Saturday. We'll announce our holiday schedule and all that kind of stuff. And I'll have some people to thank, too. We'll do a drawbridge of donations and take some phone calls, get some Christmas cheer, cover some news stories, obviously, but try to do it all on Saturday. God, 2025. What do we learn?
Yes.
I don't know.
I learned piss.
We learned a lot. Stuff happened, but really, everything kind of stayed the same. At least to us.
Well, it is fun to think that we are in the far-flung future of 2025.
It's so bizarre to think about. Like back in the 80s when we were growing up watching, Back to the Future Part 2. And this is what we got, We don't got flying cars. We don't got hollow theaters,
It's my flying car. Actually, there's a book out there. Oh, who wrote it? Was it Max Brooks who called Where's My Jetpack? Who wrote that?
Well, they have...
Dan Wilson.
They got different kind of jetpacks. They got jetpacks that, spray human feces on people. So, all right. You don't got fly. You got some kind of jetpack, but not all the jetpacks you want.
Whatever happened to Jetpack Man?
The FBI looked into it, and that just kind of went away, didn't it?
Yep. Shut up. That's right.
Men eating feces, drinking urine, and having sex in public.
Right.
I fly a jetpack spraying human feces on people.
Somehow
we spray feces on people.
Yeah, for Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's the annual tradition of the spraying of the feces.
I think maybe Festivus includes that. I'm not sure what Christmas does.
It's all happening.
Well, thank you, Cratchit. Thank you, everyone, and Shablagoo.
Keep watching the skis. It's time for Christmas jetpack feces stuff.
But if anyone had said anything to me at all when I first started here, then that sort of thing was frowned upon.
Your cousin Jeffrey is switching parks.
That's about all.
Shablagoo.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
Stop slopping us.